Alright, here I'm going to continue on this right here. Fry bed is called bannock. Um, bannock is a form of flatbread, the same thickness as a scone cooked on a griddle or funker. Fried in a pan today may also be baked in an oven originally made of oatmeal. Variations exist in Scotland, where it originates. So they say anyway. Historical and cultural connections. You notice, I mean, no disrespect to white people, but look, white man gets it first. Just like everything else. Hey, Indians didn't make no Cadillacs, but guess what? Cadillac is an Indian word. So is Pontiac. So is Detroit. Uh, and the corn here, and the tobacco. This that shoe design there as well. Yeah, Timberland and Wallabies have straight jack that as well. The drawn up seam. The Ojibwa moccasin. Anyway, here you go. Okay. See, it's like the last. The last should be first, man, and the first should be last. Adopted into the Native American culture. See, adopted into. Okay, let's see. Particularly at cowboy powwows and state fairs. Um, okay, so here's what it is. Let's see. Oh, come on, funk. All right. Bannock is basically simple to make. It's just bread dough, fried or cooked in a griddle. Result is a flatbread similar to a large oat cake. The most authentic version is a round oval piece of unleavened dough, cooked on a griddle. The middle will rise or puff up a little. Ooh, there's the word, puff up. Drawn up. I'm just saying, man, it's embedded in the culture, dude. Just like Rob Skiba talks about all the names in the Bible are they say something from Adam to Noah. Basically, there's like a hidden message in it, and I see the same thing going on with the Indian language. The ingredient make needed in dough's form like this with flour, and the cake's then fried in a greasy frying pan with shake preventing sticking, and turned when a bottom crust has formed. Here's another Indian tidbit for you too. And they used to call Indians greasy Indians. So it's remarked that Indians were greasy. Well, when you live out in a harsh environment, the greasier your skin is, the stronger it is. And here's the thing: wasn't David anointed with oil? And should we call him Greasy King David? You know what I'm saying? Once again, people don't seem to make these correlations, just like in this whole article. I didn't see one thing talking about the Leviticus bread and oil, bread cooked in oil. Let me see here, because you can make it from anything. Basically, you make bread from a lot more than you would think. So let's see here. And for some reason, this is very much attached to the Navajo for some reason, but then again, it says Chippewa directly because we had multiple forms of fry bread that we cooked. There's a sweet kind, and then there's just a bread kind. Let me see. This was put, historical Scotch called the bannock stone, which was flattened piece of sandstone, was put on the ground in front of the fire to heat up and then used cooking in the days before the ovens were available. So it can be done with stones. You could also wrap it on a stick and kind of cook it like a marshmallow as well. So you can't say they couldn't have did it till the white man came. Well, I mean, at least they couldn't make the skillet version. You know what I'm saying? But they could still make greasy dough, basically. Like right here, look at this. Bannock was brought to North America by Scottish explorers and traders. Indigenous people, particularly Metis in Western Canada. See that T right there is actually pronounced a D. It would be Metis. In Indian, the T's are D's. In northern Great Plains of the United States, adopted for their own cuisine over the 18th and 19th century. Most likely after encounters with Scottish fur traders. Are you sure that the Indians didn't teach the Scottish fur traders how to make the bread? And like I said, and no one has kind of like put the two and two together there with the Leviticus, and I think it's called a grain offering or a peace offering. It's there's like 9 different kinds of offerings you can make, and it very much looks like fry bread. And it even said in there, there's a part where it said it was unleavened too as well. So, see, I just love, yeah. Hey, Christopher Columbus found America, right?
Wrong. He didn't even know where he was.
Oh well, hey, according to the Smithsonian, yeah, you can really trust them guys. Look, the native adoption of bannock is a popular attraction at powwows and fairs. Yeah, I'm sure it was probably Spanish that taught the Mexicans to make tortillas as well. Let me see here. See, look, once again, the white man gets it first. All the pagan shit. But, like I said, this was used as also in the ancient Hebrew Numbers, Leviticus, Deuteronomy area of the Bible, the first 5 books. So, let me see here. Brings forth images of bygone days. Let's see here. There's Canada. See my look. See, the first thing was an Inuit. That's basically an Eskimo. But look, I've seen pictures of people from Russia. They're like the people you never see because no, they look like Eskimos. Yeah, it's because if you crossed an Asian person between the Australian Aborigines, you would almost get an Indian-looking person. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Like especially when you look at Geronimo, then go look at an Aborigine from Australia, and they have this certain kind of more of a wild look to them.
Sure.
Yeah, they look like they literally look like mountain lions. Let me see. Today's Native American fry bread is like bannock but cooked in a skillet. Yeah. Right here. Bannock is not this fry bread confection that pleases the powwow crowds, but rather simple bread baked over an open fire. Without luxury of many utensils or ingredients, bannock was cooked in a pan or wrapped around a stick for many. This is still true bannock. Variations in flours and addition of dried and fresh fruits make the bread simple choice of Canadian campers. Okay, here we go, Northern Ireland. Look, see, they even put Ireland last, like they really do consider Irish the N-word of the Europeans. It looks like, yeah. Let me see this here. See right there, there it is. Look. Right. Here it is. Various Native American nations had developed regional variation of the bannock for which they are well known. For example, the Chippewa had 2 versions. One with wheat flour, usually made unsweetened, the other with cornmeal and sweetened with honey or maple syrup, and other made bannock with pastes of boiled seeds. And if in Hiawatha, through a fast, he ended up wrestling with an angel, and the angel basically turned into corn. And that's supposedly where the Algic tribes, that means Algic speaking, it means it's a particular kind of language which tells you the people are related. Because Hiawatha is basically like a dude, it's all the Algic tribes that are related. These are like a compilation of uh, the stories of Hiawatha, but it says right in it the land of the Chippewas and Lake Superior. So it's basically Michigan and Minnesota and Canada are three, like basically this is our strongholds here in the Americas. Look, it's also known as squaw bread, spelled fry bread. See, Native American adoption of bannock. See, it's like, okay, maybe bannock, it was like, uh, I mean, it's like, here's the thing. As Indians learned, like, look, before Indians had an axe, a white man's axe, they couldn't uh, make as good of craftsmanship, but once they got it, they just applied the newer technology to their older techniques. And this is another one of these things here. And like I said, it's a cultural bread. It does just like corn, tobacco, fry bread, animal skin clothes, headdresses. This is all our look, Navajo tacos. See, they always keep throwing it to the Navajo. Need to go look into that. But so just wanted to throw some more stuff up in here real quick about this topic. And kind of do think maybe there's some intentional misleadings there to hide the identity, the cultural ethnic identity, just like you can tell by the traditions and language who you're related to. Well, look around and see if you can find any similarities in other cultures to that tradition, where you can find its origin